I'm just waiting for a few minutes just to make sure that I'm on live and make sure that you can hear me before I'm going ramble off. I'm not sure what is happening, so I'm just gonna go just to see what is happening and make sure everything is working. Sure that you can hear me before I'm going ramble off. I'm not sure what is happening, so I'm just gonna go just to see what is happening and make sure everything is working. Sure that you can hear me before I'm going ramble off. Yes, my friends. My name is Steve Andrews. Good afternoon. I'm the master therapist at Soothing Touch the Spa. I'm also a master trainer. What we will call, what we call master your craft. Is a class teaching you how to become a massage. My first live where I want to sit and have conversation with us in terms of what we are doing as therapists, how we can master our craft, and how we can come together as a community to help move what we are doing, how we can be better therapists. COVID have given me the opportunity to reflect on what we are doing. And by me reflecting after 18, 20 months of reflecting on what we are doing, I spend a lot of time on the internet just looking around, trying to see what is happening. And I don't want to say it, guys, but the truth is I'm a little bit disappointed. Massage is such a beautiful thing, and I keep saying it have done so well for me. It have allowed me to live a comfortable life. It have allowed me to see places that I never thought I would ever seen in my life. I always tell the story. When I was researching some 25 years ago, when I was researching spas, I came up with Six Senses in Thailand. Can't remember the name of it. And it was like a dream, it was like a fairy tale. I will love it one day, I love to go and see it. And that little fairy tale, I remember about 12 years ago, that little fairy tale come true. Where I get to go to Six Senses, and I just did not go to Six Senses just as a person or a guest. I was welcomed by the head therapist. I was services. I get to go through what I call through the back door. So I really get to see the behind the scenes of Six Senses. So because I keep saying that, because of that, it makes me really humble myself in terms of the little things that we do as therapists, or offer massage service to people. And I have lost myself in trying to master my craft as a massage therapist and a spa therapist. And I think I've spent so many time trying to build myself, I forget that there were other people around me. And then COVID came, and then I get the opportunity to really get to see what is happening out there. And I think that, as I said in the beginning, I'm not very happy with what I'm seeing. Now, we are making sport at massage. How can we, something that is such a beautiful art, how can we make sport at it? I keep saying I hope I don't have to go back on my word, but I have a fundamental issue which I believe, I'm 100% believe that no one can judge your massage but the person that lying before you. That's the only person can judge your massage, no one else. Because when someone present themselves before us, our number one initiative and our number one challenge is to make sure that we can satisfy that person without doing anything against our belief or our professional ethics. So The only person can judge your treatment, your massage, is the person that lies before you. My concern is that we are moving away from being servant to our, or being therapists to the person that present themselves to us, and then focusing on us, how good we can look, how fancy our technique can be, and all of those things. It's just a concern I want to get out there first and foremost, and I want us to refocus. Refocus on where we at as therapists. COVID. I said it before, and I said it in many different forums. If we as therapists have really educated our clients in the powers of what we do, we could have saved at least 10% of the person that died during COVID, or still dying because of COVID. I'm not sure if we are paying enough attention to what we do, the power of therapy. Many people may say, well, who cares? And I know lots of people are in the industry just to make a dollar, just to support their family. But there's so much more that you can learn from what we are doing. The holistic approach to therapy. What is therapy? First of all, I always ask people, do you understand what you do? Do you understand the gift that you have in your hand? Do you understand how important you are to persons that come before you? No more than ever. Now we are talking about mental health. Mental health was not a new thing to us. Every day someone presents themselves before us, and they lie in our bed or sit in our chairs, and we hear some of their darkest secrets. They come and they express themselves, because we have taken them to a place where they are comfortable enough to shed their tears. I call it shedding your tears. And to me, that's one of the most powerful way when we come to mental health. You have people that come and they lie in your bed and they just start talking about the things that are affecting them. I mean, 2 Saturdays ago, I had someone on my bed. She cried for about 20 minutes. I just allowed her to cry while I work, because the whole idea of people, we have put people in a place of comfort. We have put people in a place where they can trust us in such a short space of time that we help. That's a part of what we do. So mental health was always a part of what we do, and it will become a thing that we have to think about when we when we are doing therapy or massage. I keep saying there are many people in the world that does massage, but we have a few therapists, and I think that's where we need to focus on. The world needs therapists. Anyone can rub you up. Anyone can go and stand in the chair and do a flip, or anyone could do it. And basically what the word massage mean rubbing vigorously with oil or ointment or whatever. It's just, that's what it is. But how do we move from just putting oil over someone's body, just being fancy, just looking good, then moving to address the needs of the people that present, move from doing a massage to become a therapist. Doing a massage is basics. Anyone can do that. It's all about how much techniques. You become an actor, and you want to act out all of the things that you want to act out. So you do all of these techniques. You can use 1,000,001 techniques. But when you're moving from doing a massage to therapy, is a whole aspect, is a whole different component, because techniques becomes zero. Techniques are not important. Therapy becomes more important than techniques, because now someone has present themselves before you. How are you going to treat that person? How are you going to really help to alleviate whatever concern that person have when they present themselves before you? Do they need to be pampered, or they have an injury, or maybe they just don't know what is going on in their body. They just feel tight, they just feel all of those things. How do you address that? That's where techniques become secondary. Therapy becomes first. What is therapy? And this is why I start the concept of Steve Andrews and Associate. Because it's not something I spend a lot of time in terms of development across the region. And I get to a point in time where I believe that there are some people you just cannot move. You just have to move on and move to the next stage. And I was in a very selfish place until COVID, where I said, forget that, I'm just focusing on Steve Andrews. COVID have come and showed us, me more so, I'm not sure if anyone has learned the lesson, that we cannot only focus on ourselves. We have to help the brothers and sisters around the globe or around us that need, because it's not about me, it's really about helping people to live a better life, to live a more holistic life, to understand their body, understand what we are doing. So during COVID, and I was just spending time with me, then it really hits me that, come on Steve, you cannot be so selfish to an art that was so great to you. And this is why I'm here, my friends. I really want to help. I want to I want to be a part of a community that is focusing on development of therapy. I want to be a part of a community that focusing on is not development of me, it's development of therapy. So I want to work with a group of people that understand what we do, how impact therapy can be to each and every person that walks through our doors, how we can heal the body, how we can touch, how powerful touch is, that when we touch, we can touch souls. We are not just touching, but we are touching with intent to heal every single, or try to heal every single person that present themselves before us. Because that's what touch is. Touch is healing. But if you don't understand the element of touch, then it's empty. If you do not understand the element of touch, then it is empty. So how can we sit down around tables or amongst maybe live, just like we are doing here, that we can discuss the powers of touch? How can we develop elements of therapy? Therapy is not just about touch. Your touch is empty. You can have the greatest touch in the world and the different element, emotional connection. Do we understand emotional connection in massage therapy? Vibration. I was teaching a class about 2 months ago in Asia, and we were talking about vibration, and I was like, how come, we do not understand this component? Vibration is a very powerful aspect of what we do. There are several elements that we need to learn to get therapy right. Therapy is not in here. Therapy is not in your head, it's in your heart. You cannot develop therapy in your head. It has to move from the head to the heart. And when you understand the elements, just by understanding the elements, it's something that start working and start developing. So you understand in here, and then by developing it, by practicing, then it moves here, then it becomes natural. Then now you start therapy. And therapy is not a one-day workshop, it's a continuous effort. But every day you get out there, every person you touch, you're trying to make sure that you understand what is happening with their body. How can you heal them? How can you help them to live a better life? This life is beautiful. Life is beautiful, but lots of people do not understand the elements. A lot of people just see it as making money, working hard, making money, and dying. But there's so much more things that we can do. But as therapists, we have to understand that. So if we don't understand, and if we cannot help the persons that present themselves before us, then, or if we don't understand, then we can't help. So people pass through us. I was doing a discussion with Africa, and there's a gentleman that said he have many massages in his life, and he never get a life-changing massage. And I was very disappointed, and I was very sad about it, because if we have so much therapists out there that's offering massage to people and cannot do a life-changing massage, then we have a lots of work to be done. If we have so many therapists around and don't understand what a life-changing, how to do a life-changing massage, then we have a lots of work to be done. So this is what I want to work on. The whole idea of this is an introduction to Steve Andrews and Associate. We'll be having different topics every week. Tuesdays, 6 o'clock Barbados time, and we'll be discussing many different topics. We will start from, and it's not just about me. I could sit here and talk many things. I could say many things, but if you're not engaging, if we are not engaging each other, then the topics mean nothing, because it's just me regurgitating what I know. So you need to help me as well by sending through your question, that we can discuss them, different topics that we want to discuss. So we will discuss many topics. There may be times I decide to do a demonstration about what I do. I do many things in terms of the spa industry. My first love is massage therapy, so we will focus on massage. We will speak about many different topics. What is a massage, or what are some of the elements, or how do you address issues as a massage therapist? One of the biggest challenge that we face in our time is really about how do we manage to balance our professional life and our therapy life. And I think that's something that we have to work on very hard. And I always said to people, you cannot be a therapist, but yet when someone see you on the street, I know it's your life, and you're on the street and you're doing all kind of crazy things, make people think. So when they come into your room, they want to question, or they want to try something. So you have to look the part. You have to be able to act the part as well. So a lot of these things we can discuss. How we can, the sexual harassment in therapy. We can discuss that. I remember listening to a discussion a couple of weeks ago, and the question is harassment in the massage room. And I keep saying to people that you have to be professional. It's how you answer question, how you react to question, how you guide conversation. You can guide wherever you want the conversation to go if you understand how to do that. Because as a male, I always said that when I started 25 years ago in a small island as Barbados, one of my biggest challenges is that we only have like 20% of the market as male. Female have 80%, and it was very difficult for me to break through. I had to work really hard to build a strong brand to really get where I'm at, because for people to feel comfortable to come and lie, strip, take off all their clothes and lie before a young male in those times, it was very difficult. So I have to reassure in terms of the way I look, the way I act, the way I behave, all of those things that we had to do to really develop the brand that we have. Now, I think I'm at 80% now. Person walk through my space, or anyone in Barbados that think about massage and they're thinking about my business or Soothing Touch, they will think, Steve, well, I want Mr. Andrews to do a massage. So it takes time to build confidence. The market is opening. The ratio is dropping a lot more than it was when I first started to work as a male therapist. So we can also discuss all of those. So me sharing what it's like to be a male therapist in an environment like where I started, that can help as well. we can look at techniques. One of the things I always said, how do we use the tools in our toolbox? I know people that know every single modalities that comes out, they are part of it. From Swedish deep tissue, shiatsu, everything. Some people create their own thing, bamboo massage, lome, Thai, Malay, the African, whoever come up with something some person wants to learn. And the truth is that they still do not understand the fundamentals of therapy. So you have a whole set of techniques, and someone come to you and say, I need a deep tissue massage, and you jump on them and you start beating out of them, start beating them up, and their body is not where they can handle the tissue massage. But you don't understand that because you have not developed that aspect of your therapy. And then the person never come back to you and you wonder why, because I thought it was really good. You thought you were good, but what happened to the person? Person didn't think that the massage was that fantastic. So we have to really work on those things. So we have to look at the tools in our toolbox. Understand when someone walks into us, what are the tools that we can use to help that person. There's something else that we really do not pay a lot of attention to. Is the relationship between the body or the anatomy and massage therapy. I'm not talking about anatomy in what they teach you when you go to school, because what they teach you is anatomy basically, but they don't teach you the relationship. What are the impact that massage have on the body? Do you understand that? So these are discussions we can have in just basic discussion on how it is, and we can go deeper and deeper. Of therapy, touch is such a, if you understand touch, then half or a good percentage of your therapy you start. Touch could help you to break down any crystals, any knots, any within the body. And you need to join my class. If you join my class, then you will see what I'm talking about. How can we use touch to have greater impact on the body? When your touch is good, then modalities disappear. Modalities do not stand. You don't speak about modalities anymore when you're touch, or when you have moved from touch, or when you have moved from doing massage to therapy. So these are stuff that we will work on to develop. So we will get back to you and we can have more discussion going forward. So hopefully come next Tuesday we can all sit down, we can have a discussion, and we can go forward in having many discussions on what we are doing. So look forward to see you next Tuesday at 6. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. See you soon.